We're so busy these days, aren't we? At least that's how many people feel. We make decisions that pull us in so many directions and fill every hour of every day with endless activities, so much so that we barely find a day to simply rest and rejuvenate and recover, much less to be alone with our thoughts. I've noticed that many of us seem to have lost the ability to just be alone with our thoughts. And if we find a moment, we end up looking at our phone. There was a season in my life, a very long season that was very dark and difficult. The circumstances were inescapable. At least that's how I felt. But thankfully, I found a habit that assisted me with that. I began to read works of fiction, high fantasy fiction by authors like J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien said this: fantasy is escapist, and that is its glory. If a soldier is imprisoned by the enemy, don't we consider it his duty to escape? I found great delight in reading books, and there was a time when I used to be able to read a book every single week. I'm hoping to get back into that habit the older that I get. But more importantly than finding some good book to read is reading the Word of God, making that a priority for our lives. I'd like to remind you of something Jesus said in his exchange with Martha when he went to the home of Martha and her sister Mary. Jesus was there teaching, and Mary was sitting at his feet listening, while Martha was busy preparing the meal, and she began to get frustrated with her sister. And the Lord said this to Martha. He said, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and bothered about so many things, but only one thing is necessary, for Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her." Mary was sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to his word. That's the one thing that is necessary. So what I want to leave you with is to perhaps find a good book to read. Find an escape from the chaos of life, but most importantly, read the good book. Read the Word of God. Prioritize that in your life. Sit at the feet of Jesus. Listen. Read the Word. Read it out loud and find rest for your soul. The world is chaotic and stressful enough as it is. Prioritize rest at the feet of Jesus, reading the Word of God.